Hello guys, welcome back. So as you saw in the title, we are going to be finally doing the trend that is going around right now. It's the cold girl look, which basically you're just mimicking what you would look like if you were outside in the cold, snowing, your cheeks are rosy, and you're just looking very lush. It is currently, we are currently in wintertime right now. I live in Pennsylvania and it is cold. Yesterday was our very first wintry mix. We haven't had a wintry mix yet, and yesterday was the first time I had to clean off my car. So now is the perfect time to do this. I am going to keep this cold girl look very natural. I know there's different ways. I see some people doing it very, very natural, just mimicking exactly what you look like when you're outside in the cold. And then there's others that are kind of making it a little bit more fuller glam, but just emphasizing on the blush and stuff. So I'm going to go a little bit more the natural route. I'm not saying I'm going to be super natural, but we're gonna try to keep it very lightweight and natural. So let's get to it. My camera setup is a little bit different today because my tripod that I usually use just broke and just gave up on me. So I'm using a different tripod. The thing about this tripod is that you can't adjust the head. So if I want it to be a little bit up and look down on me to get a better angle, I can't do that. It just looks straight. So I hate that. I like to make a little bit of an angle. So to prime the face, I'm going to be using the Revolution Super Dewy Skin Elixir. It just looks like this. And just so we have a little bit of a glowier base underneath. So I don't know if you guys can see, but it just gives a nice little glow. It doesn't overly make you look super greasy or anything, so I do like it. It is a little bit more of a thicker formula, but I really do like it. All right, I'm going to be using next my tried and true L'Oreal. This is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum foundation. As you can see, we are almost finishing her up, so I'm going to need to buy a new one soon. This one's in the shade 4 to 5 medium. I did go ahead and buy a pack of pumps that I think will fit this head, because right now, because it's getting so low, this thing is having a hard time even reaching down. So sometimes I have to scrape it out. So I'm just going to use this brush here. Perfect. So next I'm going to use this concealer. This has been my favorite lightweight concealer. It's from JOAH. It looks super gross. It's just because of the way that the applicator is. The lid looks so disgusting. It's gross. But it's really well loved. So this is the JOAH Perfect Complexion Eye Serum Concealer with ceramides and peptides. I love this concealer so much. It has very quickly became my everyday concealer because it just gives me just enough coverage. And I know that looks like a lot concealer, but it's so lightweight and serumy, and it goes perfect with this foundation. So I'm just gonna blend that in. And what I like about this concealer is that you don't need to set it. Both the foundation and the concealer, you don't need to really set it. It's not a product that is so hydrating that it's gonna slip around if you don't set it. It's just one of those products that let your skin look like skin, but with the little bit of coverage that you need. The way it just melts into your skin, it's unbelievable. Perfect. And if you want a little bit more coverage, you can just layer it up, and it doesn't look cakey. Perfect. Fresh face. Beautiful. So next we are going to contour a little bit, but I don't want to add too much bronziness to my face because in the wintertime we're naturally not that bronzed and tan because it's wintertime and we're not out in the sun a lot. So I'm just going to do a little bit more of a cooler bronzing or contouring. So I'm going to use the SheGlam, and this one is in the shade Golden Sun. For me, it's not that warm. I think it's just a little bit lighter for me. So, but as you can see, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's not like an orangey color. It's more, like I said, it's more cooler tone on my skin tone. So we're just gonna put a little bit where I would naturally contour. And then I'm just gonna take, this is the Ultimate e.l.f. blending brush. I love this brush so much. And I'm just gonna keep it more towards the back, just so I have a little bit of dimension, a little bit of a shadow. Okay, see, very natural, nothing too crazy. And next, we're gonna go in with some, I think we're gonna go in right into blush. So for blush, I'm gonna use this shade right here. It's in Paloma, and it is from Profusion, and it is this like beautiful red blush shade, and it is the Profusion Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush. So like I said, all the products I'm using today, you really don't need to set. So if you want to, if you're super oily and you want to set and you want to use powder, you can. I'm not going to use any powder because I want this, I don't want my face to look powdery and heavy. I want it to look as natural as possible. So this powder, or this blush does set to like a matte powder finish, I guess you can say. So you don't really need to set it, but you don't need a lot. It looks very similar to like the She Glam setup that they have. And I'm just going to use the e.l.f. This is the Complexion Duo brush. And we're just going to start off in the back, but we are going to work a little bit more towards the front, because naturally when you're cold, you do get red like in this area, like on the balls of your cheek. So if we're mimicking the actual cold girl look, you know, you can't control where you get red when you're outside, right? You can't be like, excuse me, face, can we get red more towards the back? Because that's going to give me a lifting effect. Like, no, if your cheeks get red here and when you're cold, that's where they're just going to be red. So I'm going to put just 2 dots and we're going to blend. And we're just going to keep blending. 2 dots maybe would have been a little bit much. We're going to look very, very cold. So I'm going to kind of bring it a little bit up under my eyes. Do this side. It's gonna be cold all over. We're gonna bring it up a little bit, kind of just make it look like, because when you're outside and you're cold, like your whole face is like cold, right? You got some windburn going on. So just to make this look natural, there we go. Like, oh, I was just outside, right? You see, and it's not like, you can see like it's not like as red as it is here. Like it almost looks like a pinky color, but it's just perfect. Perfect. To add just a little bit of glow, if you want to, I'm going to use the Cookie Highlighter from Benefit. This is the only product I think, oh no, and my mascara. I'm not like really saying this is like a drugstore video. I'm not going to label this as a drugstore video, but most of these products are affordable products. The only 2 things I'm not using that's drugstore is the Benefit Cookie Highlighter and the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes mascara. This is the mini one though. I've been just liking mini mascaras better because I don't go through a full size and they're just so expensive. The mini one is more affordable, but this is just the highlighter that I gravitated towards. So I'm going to use the Laura Lee. This is the L25. And this is just going to give us a little bit of that, like, you know, snow angel effect. I like this icy highlighter. It just goes with the winter theme. I like put little or no highlighter on. I just wanted to look a little glowy. So the face is done. So next is eyes. I'm going to jump into this palette. This is the ColourPop That's Taupe palette. And if this is not a winter palette, I don't know what is. I mean, look at those cool tones. This just looks like winter in a palette, right? So I am going to first jump into Pebble Beach, And I'm not gonna do anything crazy. I'm just gonna like give my eyes a little bit of dimension. Of course, how you do your eyes is totally up to you. If you wanna do a little bit more fuller glam, you can. And then I'm just gonna go into Python, which is the shade right here. And we're gonna just put that in our crease. So we're gonna go into Slated. And we're just gonna pop a little bit in the inner corner. And then I'm gonna go under the lower lash line, Pebbles and Python again. I'm gonna go do my brows and my mascara off camera because that's just boring, and then I will be right back. But for brows, I'm just gonna use the NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. Mine is in the shade Espresso. And then also in the shade Espresso, I'm gonna use the Thickening Brow Mascara. And for mascara, like I said earlier, I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes, and then I will be right back and we're gonna finish lips. All right, so mascara and brows are done. I'm gonna very lightly fill in like the lining of my lips, and this color is like kind of like my shade, just a little bit pinkier, but it's fine. But this one's in the shade Nude Pink. I wish it was a little bit more nuder, but. And then to finish off this like cold girl look, I'm gonna use the Ulta Beauty Weightless Water Lip Stain. This one is in the shade, there's no shade on it. It's this one right here. Has like a dark ruby lid, but yeah. So we're gonna use this one. I think there's a lighter red one, but we're gonna go in with this one. Hold on, let me see. Do I wanna go with this one? Yes, I'm gonna go in with this. So I feel like on camera it's coming off a little bit more pinker than what I would want, and even in person. So we're gonna put another one on top. I have one that is a little bit more red, so because I want this to be like more red, you know, like very blood flowing. So, and this is just a little bit not quite. So hold on guys. All right, so this one is called Permanent Popsicle Lip Juice Stain, and this is in the shade Strawberry Feels Forever. And then I think you can take like something and blot it off. All right, so it's a little bit brighter than I wanted. I wanted it to be a little bit more of a cooler tone, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna go in with Rose Mirage or whatever, and put this on top just to give me a little bit more of a hydrated look, because those on camera my lips look so vibrant. They're not that vibrant, okay? But yeah, so but our lip is not going to go anywhere because it's a lip stain. This is the final look, cold girl look. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, bye guys.